he's got an appointment with his ear doctor, and they did a test on his hearing because it was actually declining. 16 years ago, he actually did a test. It was actually declining. And then the doctor did the test a couple of weeks ago and said, we're getting the same results as 16 years ago. So we were both surprised, because my other friends a couple of years ago were saying, your dad's hearing has really declined. He can't hear us. And then he was on Taurine for the last couple of years, even though he was on 2 grams. And then he last year, I'm trying to remember, late last year, I can't remember if it's December or November, he started going on 4 grams of taurine. And the last couple of weeks, he's been on 6 because of the, the thing that happened with his leg and the jab and stuff like that. And even though he was only on 2, and then for most of the time, his hearing has not declined. It's actually healed. It's actually improved. Because that's the only way it explains it, because it was actually declining and then it actually went the other way. So, yes. And then I mentioned that bit of the story to the doctor, and I did mention about that I, been using taurine with him in recent times, and he goes, oh yeah. And I said, I've used it for myself also to get rid of my tinnitus. And he goes, oh yeah, I've heard about that. So he was cluey, the guy. So he wasn't, some, like a lot of doctors, he was a bit more switched on about these things, which surprised me. I go, okay, he actually knows this. That's good, interesting. So at least he's not, your typical doctor. So ear doctor. So yeah, most of them don't have any idea about this sort of stuff. But yeah, it was good to see that Dad was. The only problem with Dad is he had to get a new earpiece because it was his current one was interfering with his mobile phone, and we just couldn't call him. I'd literally physically go past his place to talk to him. So now he's got the new one, which has got a chip in it that basically can adjust the noise, so it doesn't actually it doesn't have this feedback thing. It can adjust things, which means that he won't have this interference. It's got circuitry that prevents the interference with the mobile phone. So they do actually make specific ones that you can actually use for mobile phones that actually have less of a problem than what the old ones, where you create this. It can, not always, but sometimes you'd put it to his ear and it just squeal like mad. It's just impossible to hear him. I go, okay, forget it. I better walk over there. It was only about 7 minutes, but it saves me a 7-minute walk. But if I'm at work, I can't do it until I, finish to go over and see him. But anyway, tomorrow he's getting his 2 new earpieces in, and that will help him. So that'll be good in that regard. But I was very much surprised. But look, there's a lot of anecdotes out there. A lot of my subscribers are coming back to me and saying my hearing's improving, my eyesight is improving, this and that are improving. And I'm going, yep, because it's reducing the glycating factors, the fibrosis in those tissues, and they're actually functioning better. So I'm going, great. That's good to hear. That's what I like to hear. It means that I'm actually doing something of use. If I'm not doing anything, why have a channel, is my opinion,